What's up, guys? I have this 2016, 15 or 16 370Z. It's a 7-speed, has a UPT E85 kit, 3-inch intakes, and headers. We are at 317 wheel. Let's see how much we can get out of it. So normally, if you have headers and E85 and 3-inch intakes on our dyno, is when the car should hit 320 on our dyno. Maybe 323, 324. Alright guys, and just as expected, 320 wheel horsepower, 257 torque. Torque normally sometimes a little more, the 260s, but that's okay. Alright guys, so that 370Z I was tuning was on 85 headers, test pipes, exhaust. And the last one I did, if I can put the clips together in one video, I think it made 325 or something like that, 324. So see, I was telling you in the other video that it makes around 320 roughly on our dyno with those type of mods, 85 headers, intakes, exhaust. So here's another example of, you know, basically the same parts, but it's just a different motor. So this is what this one made, and it's still really hot in here, but it's actually not as hot as when I tuned the other car that made a little bit more than this one. So it's actually slightly cooler compared to the other one. And there goes the owner. There he goes. So yeah, you can see every motor is different. What's up guys, I have this 09 370Z manual, 6-speed, currently tuned by somebody else. I always forget, like Lancaster, Palmdale, I don't know, they're two totally separate areas. Maybe I should have looked at the map. But one of those cars running pretty bad as usual, and this is a new owner, and the previous owner, I know who you are, and I think other people know who you are. I think you lied to this guy. You told them that I tuned it, but I didn't. So I talked to the new owner on the phone, and I just double checked anyways, just in case. I tuned so many cars, but no, I didn't have anything that I tuned this car on my laptop. And then as soon as I told him that, I think he contacted the previous owner, and then he finally told him that no, it was not tuned by Saul, it was tuned by somebody else. So that's why it doesn't run good. So the guy just wants the car to run good. That's it. It's his only car. That's what he was telling me. So hopefully the motor's not damaged, but I feel like just the tune alone is gonna at least give him his car back that he paid for. And yeah, throwing some toes, need to fix those. Yeah, they're all tune related except for two. Alright guys, so on this 370Z, the 09, everything seems to be good for the most part. The idle is perfect. It starts every single time now, no problems. It doesn't smell really bad how it did with the other person's tune or attempt to tune. What I am seeing a lot of is knock on the log, an extreme amount, just way over nothing normal. Basically, like, it's almost maxed out. The knock sensor cannot even read anymore. It's almost to the point. It's like 99% maxed out through the readings. So the motor may already be damaged from the other person's tune. So that's why you have to go to someone that actually knows what they're doing. So yeah, this is gonna be like a super safe tune, and this guy just wants his car running. I'm gonna let him know that the motor is probably already damaged, so he should start probably saving up for another motor. But now that I'm putting the tune in here, you know, it should last him a while. Just I don't know when. Hopefully, if he doesn't beat on it, it might last him even longer. That sounds kind of funny, huh? You don't beat on it, it'll last longer. But yeah, so hey, at least he's gonna get his car back. But you know, he bought it already tuned like that from someone else, and they had told him it was from me, but it's not. so that kind of sucks for him. So he didn't know it was tuned by somebody else, but hey, I mean, everything works good. What's up, guys? I have this 09 370Z Sport. It's a 6-speed. This car came in, if you were on my live, this car came in from another shop, Rocket Garage. They did a pretty good job in diagnosing it. They found out the problem on why the car wouldn't start, which turned out to be the ECU. So they brought it to us over here. Wow, you guys are sending me messages while I'm recording. So they brought the car to us because they don't have access to reprogram the key and the VIN, so you have to do it correctly. So they brought it to me so I could do the key and the VIN, and then the ECU was actually the wrong one. It was for automatic, so this is manual, obviously, with the synchro rev, so that's not gonna work. So I went ahead and first I did a OEM reflash. So no tune, nothing involving tuning. I put the correct calibration in there, which is for the manual synchro. Sorry guys, I'm flashing right now. Let's see if it starts. Of course it's gonna start. Of course it starts, I tuned it. So I put the correct calibration in there for the correct vehicle model with the OEM computer. No tuning involved. And then turns out this guy actually needs a tune. So I didn't know until once the other shop came to pick up the car. The car used to be tuned, so I was wondering why it had 3-inch intakes. So, you know, my job was just to make the car start with the key and the VIN. So I was like, okay, well, it starts, you know, and I turned it off because it has 3-inch intakes and there's no tune. Well, I didn't know it was tuned before on the other ECU, but the other ECU, it just doesn't work anymore. So that's why he got a new ECU. So instead of going with the old tuner, which is from out of state, he's just gonna have me tune it, and he was fine with that. So I currently have, as always, a car on the dyno right now. He's going E85, so that one is gonna be ready for me in about roughly an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. In the meantime, I'm gonna do a street tune. I gave him the offer if he wanted to. If not, then he could just go back to his other tuner, but he took the offer here to do the street tunes, and so he could have his car back. And so that's what I'm doing right now. 3-inch intakes, long tube headers, exhaust. And there were some problems. I don't know if that's how the other tuner tuned the car. It's very possible that he did not tune it like that with the issues, but I guess his friend sold him the car already tuned. So, but once I started my first startup file, I saw things in the log that there were problems, physical problems, and I went to go fix them real quick. And I don't know if the owner of this car, because you're gonna probably remember this and the key and the VIN, I don't know if you had problems with the car, but obviously you did over here. I don't know if they told you, but I fixed them. I'm not gonna charge you for it. It took me like 30 seconds to fix it, and to be honest, in those 30 seconds that it takes, it's a really important thing for it to work. I'm just not even gonna say what it is, so these guys can keep tuning the cars like that, and then I get to fix them. But it's possible they didn't tune it like that. You know, you just don't know. This is a totally new owner. Probably the guy sold it to him maybe because it had that problem. Maybe when the guy tuned it, it was fine, and the problem happened after, and the guy couldn't figure it out, and then, you know, he sold it to his friend, and I probably just fixed it. Well, I know I just fixed it. I did. But anyways, I'm gonna get going with this here. All right, guys, I have a 2012, yep, 370Z 6-speed base model. E85 has some standard intakes. They're not 3-inch, I forgot, but they're colder intakes. So colder intakes, the UPT E85 kit, test pipes, exhaust, and I'm putting a tune right now. Alright guys, and this one is about done. Let's do another pull. this one, the intakes, I think I said I didn't know what they were at first because I was inside the car. They're still in Gen 3 intakes. And 313, very good. Very, very good. It's really hot in here. Everyone's sweating as always. Super hot. So very, very good. He's not here yet. He should be here soon, the customer. And then I'll let him know. I guess he said he's out doing errands. So, yeah, it's already done. When he comes back, you just test drive it and go home. What's up, guys? So you can see it is 3:01 a.m. and texting Fresh Kicks, and I found the problem for his car. He keeps messaging me right now. So I gave him another ECU, and his car started. So here's the thing though, so let's start from the beginning. He had some weird throttle issues, and then we tried another computer and it had the same problem. So of course you're gonna cross it off the list that it's the ECU that malfunctioned. Well, his car finally stopped turning on, so we just decided to try another ECU anyways after that, and the car started. So he put back the original ECU and the car did not start. So we put back the other ECU and the car started again. So therefore the original ECU is no good. So I never looked at it physically. He was the one taking the ECU on and off. So, you know, he was driving the car today, testing it out, and then it's 3 a.m. and I'm at home and I want to see if his ECU still like turns on, it connects, you know. And it did, and it told me that the license is still in there, and I'm like, okay, so it's still making some sort of contact. So I unplugged the ECU from a harness that I made so I could check it out of the car, and all the pins that have to do with the throttle and a couple extra ones are extremely corroded, like really badly, and it can be caused by that big starter wire that throws a lot of voltage, and it was just like swinging, and it kept shorting out, so it would send a signal back to specific pins, and that's probably what happened. But I also feel like inside the ECU it was already slightly corroded as well. So I'm gonna see if I can somehow show you guys what it looks like. So there you go. All that corrosion right there looks like, you know, like battery acid on there, just like on your terminals. These are all the throttle pinouts and a couple extra other different things as well. What's up, guys? I have yet another retune. I have another car on the dyno right now. This one in a previous clip, I don't remember if I said where it was tuned from. It's tuned from somewhere in Whittier, and the car was having problems. So it actually had two problems. One was the tune by the other person who tuned it, and the other issue was something, an actual part on the car sensor that needed to be changed. So how do we know that the tune was also causing the problem if the part was changed? Well, the customer brought the car over and it was making popping noises, like timing noises, not like, you know, a crackle map or a pop map. The car only has one map, so it's a performance map, and as soon as you turn it on, it was just basically backfiring. You know, it was popping from the intake, so you know that's obviously not good. So I put a startup tune, because it does have different injectors, and it's on E85. I put a startup tune in here. I made a file real quick, and the popping went away instantly, and you can actually rev it freely all the way to redline. You couldn't do that before with the other person's tune. After that, it was throwing a check engine light for the exhaust cam sensors, so George replaced them, and now they read, so everything's good. and this guy wanted to do a dyno tune, but the month is already booked, and I don't have, obviously the month is booked, so he would have to wait. So I did give him the option if he wanted to do a street tune, and he said yes, you know, because he needs his car. Otherwise he was just gonna leave from the shop with the startup map, so maybe it's gonna bog out when you start driving it. Maybe you can't go, you know, certain throttle. I don't know, because it's a startup map. You want it to drive, you have to pay for the full tune, you know. So anyways, so he said to go ahead and do the street tune, and here I am, and it feels pretty good. No check engine light, no problems. I don't know what the other tuner from Whittier did. I believe he bought the car like this. I'm not too sure. He did send me a like a screenshot of like parts on it, so I'm not sure if that's what he made just for me, or someone sent him. I think the previous owner sent him that, and then he sent it to me, because I do kind of remember saying to hold on, he's trying to get some info, and then he sent me a parts list. So pretty sure he got it from a previous owner, probably already tuned like that. I'll just go ahead and re-ask him just for my notes. But yeah, this one's almost done, and then I'll let him know it's ready. And this is a 08 350Z HR. What's up, guys? I have this G37 coupe. I believe it's a 2011 or 12, and this one here was in for diagnostics, I believe, earlier this week. Turned out it was the ECU, so he got another ECU, but obviously it's from a donor car, so the VIN on the ECU is for the donor car, it's from the donor car, and it needs to have the correct one in here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then that's it for this one.